Rob F. at the San Jose Improv with welterweight contender Jon Fitch. Jon, first of all, let me ask you, this is a different environment for you. You're in a comedy club tonight.
Yeah, in a comedy.
And what are you doing here tonight?
Watching some comedy, and then Chris Tinkle's going to interview me afterwards, finish off the show.
Well, it's good to see you here. From what I read, I understand this is a benefit that some guy's trying to make his film. So it's good to have you here and supporting the entertainment scene.
Yeah. Well, you know, Tinkle's a friend of mine, so, you know, he just called and asked if I'd come down and do it. I didn't even get the details about what's going on, so anything I can do to help him out.
Good to see, good to see. Let me ask you something. We all saw what happened with Josh Koscheck in his last attempt at the title. Have you seen him in the gym since then?
No, he's been down in Fresno. He broke his orbital, I guess, in the first round somewhere, and he ended up having to get surgery to get it fixed. So, I mean, he basically was fighting with one eye for 4 rounds of that fight. Put in a lot of heart to finish that fight with one eye, but you know, hopefully he'll heal up soon and be back.
How was your holiday season? Let me ask you that.
Holidays were good. I had a good holidays. Coming from a wrestling background, we're used to not getting holidays. You know, you generally start your season right around Halloween, and then you finish around spring break. So you miss everything from them in between, and it's nice to actually get a break. And I got to go home Thanksgiving to see my family, and then had a good Christmas here with my family here.
Do you guys exchange gifts at AKA? Maybe have a Secret Santa white elephant at AKA?
We haven't done that yet. No.
Did you get those guys anything? Did you get Dave Camarillo maybe a Twilight box set or anything like that?
No, I didn't. I got him the Twilight board game when he was graduating some of his promoting some of his students to black belt. I gave him a nice little gift bag with some Twilight board games.
Well, I'm sure he would appreciate that.
Use out of them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's nothing wrong. Again, if Dave's watching, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. And some people like we're not judging. I'm not judging.
Someone else might judge, but not us.
Okay. So you've got a big fight coming up, but before we get to that, let me ask you something. We have the title fight. The next welterweight title fight has been announced. It's GSP and Shields. I read in an interview before it was even announced, you said you would be upset if Jake Shields received the title shot.
No, I mean, I never said I'd be upset. I just thought I asked for that fight. I said I should be the first guy that he gets to fight. But you know, they've made up for it with the fight with BJ, and that's where my focus is right now. And it's a big fight. It's a huge fight, and that's where all my attention is right now.
Let me ask you something. Who do you think will win this fight between GSP and Shields?
You know, from working out with Jake and knowing Jake so well, he has a very good potential to beat GSP. But you know, I have to keep pulling for GSP because that's the guy eventually I want to take the belt from.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. You really have your heart set on a title bout with him, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have my heart set on a fight with him regardless of the belt or not. If KOSCHECK would have won, I still would have fought GSP. It's just I've got that loss from him on my record. I want it erased.
Do you think that a win over BJ PENN will warrant a title shot?
It should, but I mean, honestly, it's not even my focus. BJ is such a dangerous fighter that all of my attention has to be on defeating him and destroying him in order to do so. I can't let my mind and focus vary at all. Sharp like a knife.
I read from the press conference in Australia. There's one headline that's been going around. I'm sure you have seen it. And the one headline reads, "I am better than Jake."
I think I'm better than Jake Shields. I think I'm better than GSP. I think I'm better than BJ PENN. It's just a matter of getting the opportunities to prove it in the ring.
Or the cage.
Or the cage, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
In the end, words are words. It doesn't mean anything. Let's just let the fights happen. I don't really like talking about fights. I just like doing it.
I read an interview. I saw one of your interviews before with Ariel, where you said you're not the kind of guy that talks. You don't really hype a fight like your teammate Josh does.
I don't think it's necessary. I think people are smart, and if you put the best fighters against each other, people are gonna want to watch those people fight all the time. Dana White himself said once in an interview, you know, you put people playing basketball in one corner, football on another, hockey on another corner, and on the fourth corner, street corner, a fight breaks out. Everybody's gonna run and stop what they're doing and go watch the fight. Well, you didn't have to promote that fight. No one had to promote it. No one had to. Don King didn't go out there with his megahorn and tell everybody there's a fight happening. So people are intrigued anyways to see a fight. If you put the best guys up against each other, people are gonna watch.
So there will be nothing but mutual respect for this BJ Penn fight. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, me and BJ were with each other the whole time in the press tour in Australia. We're friends, not friends, but we're social. We know each other. We have our friends are friends of each other. He's friends with a lot of guys from AKA. He started off at AKA. We've always been friendly, but you know, it's business is business.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Getting back to this comedy show that you're in tonight, you're going to be going up on stage. Do you have any jokes you're going to be telling? Because you're going up on stage. You're following a fine group of comedians. Yeah. So do you have any jokes up your sleeve? Any funny story? What's going on?
No, I'm just going to play it by ear, and I think it'll work out. Last time I did something like this with TINKLE, it turned out really well. So I think we'll be able to make some magic happen.
Okay. Well, you heard it here. Rob F. at the San Jose Improv. You can catch Jon Fitch in Australia squaring off against BJ Penn in the cage. Jon, thank you so much for the time.